Are you spending your days in a haze? If we make a log sheet that shows how you spent every single minute of this year, what will we see? You need to confront this and wake up. Stop wasting your time. King David says, "So teach us to number our days, that we may present a heart of wisdom." David is saying a man that knows he has a certain discrete and restricted time has the heart of a wise man. The Bible also says in Proverbs chapter 23 verse 7, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Hence, to be a wise man, you need to have the heart of a wise man. And to have that, you must reflect on the limited time that you have. Most of us spend our lives avoiding the thought of our limited time, as it makes us uncomfortable. However, this thought has to stay constantly on our minds. Understanding the brevity of our days fills us with a sense of purpose and urgency. When we feel like we have an endless amount of time, we waste our time watching Netflix and Prime TV, or we just watch our lives go by as we watch others live lives of faith and courage. Have you ever thought of what you would do if today were your last day on earth? When we meditate on the thought of what would I do if today was the last day on earth, we tend to put things into the right perspective. The Christian is not called to waste his life on mindless activities. Hence, we need to have a very strong focus. The truth is, although we are in a race, the race eventually ends. This coming year, we must prioritize our lives and set our minds on things that are above. We must focus on the time after we leave this world. To have this sort of focus, we need to constantly reflect that the time we have on earth is nigh. We need to live like an artist that has a very close deadline. And our time is truly limited. Every single man will live a limited time. Time is more precious when we realize that it is limited. A man that feels he has unlimited amount of time acts foolishly. Money can be replaced. Your house can be replaced. Your gadgets and devices can be replaced. But our time is irreplaceable. Yet we give our time and attention away freely in this age. As we have apps that are only interested in taking more of that valuable time that you have left. If you recognize what value time is, you would protect it and schedule it. Pursue God while you are young, because the day will come when you will lack the vigor and strength that you have. You might think your family is unimportant. However, you would feel different if you thought today was your last day. A man that says, "I have a day left," acts wiser than a man that feels there is an infinite amount. The paradox is that only a man that constantly thinks of his limited time truly uses it well. What is that vision that God has placed in your heart? Do not think that you have unlimited time to pursue that vision. Take a step of faith. Be bold. Appreciate the limited number of days that you have, and you will begin to act wisely. This intense exercise will make you more appreciative of the little things that truly mean much to you. It will also make you intent on eternity. The truth is that the new year is a closer step to our end. We are all in the process of leaving this world. We need to walk as those that have a deadline. Have you seen a creative mind working on a project without a deadline? The artist wastes time. When we see a person is working on a deadline, we can imagine a person with the ultimate focus. The Bible says, "Awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you." Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise but as wise, making the best use of the time, because the days are evil. Are you making the best use of time? Although we do not constantly meditate on our limited time on earth, we get this feeling and thoughts on particular occasions. For example, when we travel to a new strange place or dangerous place, we pay attention to avoid a bad situation. Also, when we are going on a trip and are saying goodbye to the people that we love and we may not see for a while, we make full use of that time. We see them in a different light. Usually we might take our time and people for granted, but in that situation, we suddenly feel very intense emotions to everything that happens. We are the only creatures on the earth that can reflect on our afterlife. Yes, we always try to distract ourselves from thinking of these, but in doing that, we turn our hearts to foolishness. Our lives on earth are for a season, and we must make the maximum use of this time. When you get very mature with the thoughts of our mortality, we get the paradoxical effect of living a useful life for God. In December 1849, the story was told of Fyodor Dostoevsky, a 27-year-old writer, was imprisoned for a conspiracy against the Tsar. Fyodor was unexpectedly transported to St. Petersburg and was told that he was going to be sentenced to death that day. In those few moments, he became very vibrant. However, at the last minute, his sentence was cancelled, but the effect stayed with him, and he had a new sense of purpose. Most of us live our lives in a dreamlike state, without a sense of the value of the precious time that God has given us. Although we are approaching a new year, we are also coming close to a deadline. We are going to bear account of how we spent our lives. God, as our divine manager, is not happy when we waste our time. Do not be so comfortable. You are going to leave this world. Everyone that you know is going to leave this world. Number your days so that you can love the things of God more. A wise man is a great man. A man that numbers his days breaks free from the things that waste his life and his addictions. A man that numbers his days loves his family more. A man that numbers his days loves the things of God more. Before you go to bed today, figure out how much time you devoted to God, your church, your family, your work, and time-wasting activities. Your time shows your priorities. What are your priorities? If you do not wake up, you will give your soul and time to all these current time-wasting activities. Just keeping track of your time and priorities will make you a truly wise man. Stop wasting your time.